Hi, welcome to my channel SAP Lobby. Hope you are doing well. So this is the second session on the material requirement planning. In our first session, we were discussed about the basic understanding of the material requirement planning. If you did not go through that first session, my request is to go through that session. I will put the link of that video in the description. And today we'll discuss on the critical MRP parameters of parameter in the material and some master data, MRP procedure, configuration and MRP demo. So before we start the topic, kindly request you, if you did not subscribe my channel, please subscribe my channel, so that will be encourage to give create more and more informative videos. Okay, now let's go to the agenda. So in first we'll talk about the critical MRP parameter of the material. So there are four views in Metal Master for MRP: MRP 1, MRP 2, MRP 3 and MRP 4. So today we'll discuss on the some critical MRP parameter in the Metal Master. Okay, so in MRP 1 there is one parameter MRP type. So MRP type guide the system, guide the MRP programming, how to plan that material, what kind of planning should follow for that material. So there are different types of planning, like forecast based planning, reorder point planning. So different types of planning. So the parameter in the MRP type help SAP to to guide like what kind of planning to follow for that material. Okay. Second is lot sizing procedure. Lot sizing procedure help to calculate the quantity to be procured or produced. So that quantity can be calculated with help of lot sizing procedure. So let me go to the Metal Master. So in MRP one view, actually there are many parameters are there. So but today I will talk about only critical parameters. In future I will come up with more and more videos on different parameter of MRP view. Okay. So I will go here, MRP 1. So see, this is the MRP type. Okay, so here we will get the many values which are the standard MRP types. Okay, so here if you choose ND means no planning. If you choose this one, then MRP will not consider that material, means that the material is excluded from the planning. Okay, and each MRP type has its own functionality. They have the different purpose and different types of planning to follow. Okay. Then lot sizing. Lot sizing also there are different lot sizing procedures. Based on that lot sizing procedure, MRP calculate the quantity for proposal, like to be produced or to be procured. Based on for that, it will calculate the requirement quantity. Sorry, quantity. And then this is one of the MRP controller. So MRP controller is like the person who is responsible for that material, for planning of that material. Okay, so that need to be maintained here. So this is the critical parameter in the MRP 1 view. Okay, now let's go to talk about the MRP 2 view. in MRP 2 view, first one is procurement type. So procurement type help to identify whether material is in-house produced material or external procured material. Okay. Then this next one is special procurement key. Special procurement key will be sometimes it override the procurement type. I mean information which is in procurement that override by the special procurement key, and it's precisely explain the what is the procurement type for the metal to be followed. Okay. So to explain this one, let me go to here this material in MRP 2. So in procurement type the value either E or F. E means in-house produced material, F means that is the external procured material. Okay, X is actually for both, but I mean we should use either E or F, because that will be specify whether your metal is in-house produced material or your metal is external procured material. Okay. Now then special procurement type. So suppose your material is in-house produced material, but that metal being produced in somewhere in other plant, direct production, or so there are different type of process for special procurement key. I think it is not extended. So there are like subcontracting process. There are like suppose you are doing the alternative production in alternative plant. Okay, so or it's like phantom assembly. Okay, so all these being defined in this special procurement key. Okay, now next one is production storage location. So this production storage location is the whether suppose this is the finished material. So if you maintain the storage location, means system will understand that you will receive the finished material in that storage location. If any raw material or semi-finished material, you are using this production storage location for consumption. So in case of semi-finished, if your semi-finished material is produced in in-house, means that will be both for receiving the material to that storage location and also get the consume from that same storage location. And for raw material, it will be that storage location will be used for consume. So from there production will consume the material. Okay, that is the production store location. So production store location can be used either for receiving for material or for consumption of material. Okay, and then production time, like these are the in-house production time, good receipt processing time. Okay, plant delivery time. So this is a time you can maintain in the metal master. Then schedule margin key. So schedule margin key have the that contains all different type delay time, like opening period time, float before time, float after time, releasing period. So the different types of delay being maintained in the schedule margin key. Okay, so this is the these are the critical parameters in the MRP 2 view. Okay, now we'll talk about MRP 3 view. So let me go to the MRP 3 view. So in MRP 3 view, this is one the critical parameter strategy group, and then availability check. So strategy group guide how to you address your demand. Okay, so that strategy group strategy, this will help to guide the planning to how to address the demand. Okay, and availability check help to uh, do the availability check of the material, whether material is in stock or not. That availability check will be done by this parameter. Okay, so these are the two critical parameter for MRP. So actually other parameters are there in the MRP views are also impact the planning, but those but the field I'm talking about, these are the critical fields. So in future we'll discuss more and more on different field of this MRP parameter, MRP view. Okay. Uh, so these are the main critical parameters which will impact the planning in the which are in the MRP1, MRP2 and MRP3 view. Okay. Now we'll go to the next topic. Now we'll talk about how MRP procedure happen. So once you run the MRP, how MRP process. So first what happened, it will check the planning file entries. So whenever you some metal have the demand or any changes in its demand, there is one planning file entry get activated in the system. So in the when you run the MRP, so there are three types of processing key: net change in planning horizon, and regenerative planning. So except regenerative planning, if you use either net change or net change in planning horizon, in both the cases, either net change or net change in planning horizon, system will check whether material a planning entry of material activated or not. If it is activated, then MRP consider those material. Okay. Then next is net requirement. Net requirement means your total your requirement quantity, difference between your requirement quantity and the stock, and stock plus your receipt. Suppose any open receipt like in the sense in plan order, purchase requisition, purchase order, a production order, any or any scheduling agreement. So those stock plus all these receipt, open receipt. Okay, so these are the these are the like these are these build the stock, increase the stock. So your difference between your total requirement and this stock plus this receipts quantity will be give the net requirement. Okay, then if your requirement is more than this stock and receipt quantity, then it will be create the it will be give the proposal, either plan order or purchase requisition. If it your requirement quantity is less than all these stock or receipt quantity, then it will not give any kind of proposal. Okay. Then lot sizing procedure. Once it calculate the net requirement, did the net requirement quantity, then it calculate the how much quantity to be procured or produced with the help of this lot sizing procedure. It check the what is the lot sizing procedure material, and accordingly it calculate the quantity. Once it decide the quantity, then it do the scheduling, like when the requirement date and what are the delay times maintained in the metal master. Based on that, it will be proposed when it should, when the procurement should start, and when it should be end, and when it will be the your metal available. So that scheduling MRP will propose. Then it will create the dependent requirement. So when it will explode the whole your product structure, then it give generate the dependent requirement for the lower level material. Then next is, so in once it creates the dependent requirement, then it will also plan those dependent requirement. It also create the proposal for that dependent requirement. Okay, if those material below material are MRP relevant, then it will also create the planning for that dependent requirement. Then next is additional requirement. Suppose there are like unplanned consumptions are there. Okay, so if any other open receipt are there. Okay, so then that also sorry, open some other quantity or consumed quantity or unplanned consumption, yeah, any transfer stock or something is there which is not the planned before. Okay, then that also considered by the MRP, and accordingly it will be help to do the net requirement and create the proposal. Okay, so these are the MRP procedures. Okay, now so during demo I will show you the how the planning file entries created. Okay, now I will go to the master data. So I will show you some master data here. So this material, so this is material master is only one master data apart from the, as it is the in-house finished product and in-house producer material. Okay, so for that then as it is in-house producer material, it will have bill of material and routing. Okay, and bill of material will have your lower level materials, and routing will have your all the delay times for the production. FG04. Okay, so see this is the finished metal and this is the component for that. Okay, and then if I go and check the routing, so this is the routing. If you look at this is like machine time, labor time, all this time has given for this material. Okay, now I will show you demo for that. So before demo I will show the config also. So MRP plant parameter generally maintained in the plant parameter for metal requirement planning maintained in the configuration. So if I go for this plant, here we maintain like number in MRP controller, and so here special requirement not maintained, but we can maintain the special requirement, and floats here, floats like schedule margin key what we are talking about. Here we can maintain all the period delay period. Okay, and so now here bomber routing selection. So here we can maintain the like which kind of bomb you should, we can maintain selection ID, you can maintain with reference to that selection ID. MRP will consider your bomb and routing. Okay, then explosion, and suppose okay, so these are the different parameters based on the requirement we can maintain here in this plant parameter. So when your plant you are running to going to run the MRP for that plant parameter should be activated for that plant. Okay, then system will allow to run the MRP. Okay, now I will show you the demo. Okay, so let me remove all this. I'll remove this plan order. Okay, okay. So now if you look at, stock is 4 pieces for this finished material and requirement is 310. So this is plan independent requirement. If I open this one, so this is the plant independent requirement, okay, that is appearing in this here. So if I run, so here if you look at stock is less than the requirement quantity, okay. If I run this MRP for this one, HPL. So if here I will give plan order, okay. So now I am running MRP in MD02, okay, MD02. So this is the single item multi-level. So here it will be explode its bill of material of this material, okay. So schedule line, MRP list, and this is the planning mode, the adapt the planning data. So okay, it will be consider the data from metal master, okay, and scheduling. So I'm not doing any capacity planning, lead time and capacity planning. I'm just giving the normal planning, okay. So now, so here I have given the NETCH. If you look at, I have given the processing key is NETCH, net change in planning, okay. I given NETCH, okay. Now if I go to the MD04, see this plan order is created. So there was requirement of 310 pieces, stock was 4 pieces, so net requirement is 306. So MRP created plan order for 306. So 306, if I open this one, see, so here it's saying the requirement was on the 1st of August. So and we did the normal planning, okay. So if here it's saying start date end date are same, because if I go to the material master, here in MRP2, if look, we did not maintain any kind of delay like in-house production time, everything is 0, okay. So it don't have it has not considered any delay time. It is giving the start date and date same, and it's saying it will metal available by 1st of August, okay. So if we will give this delay time here, and that will be considered by the MRP to calculate the start date and end date, okay. So if I go to the raw material of this, so if I go raw material of this one, see, so it created the dependent requirement of 306, but it has the stock of 9974. So it did not create any proposal for this one. It just but create only the dependent requirement. If you look at, so here if you look, plan order is 5242. See, this is the plan order, dependent requirement came from that the same plan order 5242. Okay. Same. Then there is one more metal in the bomb. This one. See here. So it has stockable only 198, but it has some order reservation from other parent material. So it created the dependent requirement for 306, but as stock is less than this dependent requirement, so it create the plan order for the this dependent requirement. Okay, like after the calculating the net requirement of, I mean, by difference, making the difference between stock and the requirement quantity, it created the plan order for the 119. Okay, so okay, so now if I check the planning file entry for that, for this material, if I to check the planning file entry, transaction code is MD21. So current, if you look at, because we already did the MRP run and it created the all the proposals for the net requirement. So if there is no planning indicator, planning file entry is activated. Okay, suppose I will change this independent requirement. So it is 310. Suppose I will make 12. Okay, I'll save it. Okay, I'll refresh this one. Okay, if I do this one, now this is the independent required 312. Okay, if I refresh here, see, it got activated because I did some changes in this demand. Okay, now because if you look at it is showing the requirement 2, because it was created planned for 306 and stock is 4, means 310 quantity is available, but now I change the requirement from 310 to 312. So now there is a difference of 2 pieces. Okay, so as there is a demand is available, so the planning file entry is activated. Okay, now if I run MRP again, okay, if I run the MRP, okay, see, now it created 308 plan order for 300. It did not change the plan order number, but it changed the quantity of that plan order. Okay, and here if I check, see, this planning file entry is removed. Okay, so this is the basic functionality. I mean, like we understood how this MRP work for to do the net requirement calculation, and how it create the dependent requirement, and how is the planning file entry activated. Okay, so if I go here in that raw material, see, earlier it was 119. Okay, now if you look at, now it is created the plan order for 121. Okay, so this is the, because we did the changes in the demand of the parameter, so accordingly that dependent requirement also changed, that dependent requirement change, and accordingly this proposal also changed. Okay, so for today we talk about the how planning file entry activated, how dependent requirement created, how it do the its net requirement calculation. Okay, in my future video we'll talk about the some more functionality of this MRP parameters. Okay, because in MRP parameter we have the some capacity planning and lead time scheduling. So how those works will will try to create some test case and show a demo on this. Okay, so keep watching this video and please subscribe so that in coming sessions I will explain more and more on the functionality of MRP. Okay. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like and subscribe my channel.